Right, okay, Dawn. So you and Mark are pushing for Vegas at the moment.
Yeah. Well, we just bashing on, and we've kind of thought, well, we need to you keep seeing these opportunities and the brilliant things that the company give you a chance to go for. And we've watched like so many come and go because I think you think that it's unachievable and it's not for you, or there's only like super successful people achieve them. But I think through like the support of like our uplines and yourselves, and like Samantha said, I think like the whole team, you get to the stage, especially with personal development, where you believe that anything is possible, really, don't you? And we've kind of come to the conclusion. We've thought, right, we've been here long enough. It's about time, that we started to kind of like really get on and wreck some ground. And we absolutely love travel. And then once the part two, the Vegas was announced, I was shocked. Mark come back in from work that night and he'd obviously seen the criteria and said, do you think that we can really do this? And I thought, well, do you know what? What's the worst case scenario? We're going to end up with more money and a lot more customers. And it's a good practice. It's a good practice for the autumn one. So, why not? Why not us?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So you've upped your retail quite a lot by going out there and doing a load of extra catalogues.
Yeah,
So this, for the benefit of everyone else, this isn't something you have to do, but
yeah,
Mark and Dawn have set themselves a target. They've said, we want to go for Vegas. They know what they have to do to try and achieve it. They're in competition with everybody else in the network that's going for it. And
yeah.
they've made the decision that, do you know what, we're going to make this happen and we'll do whatever it takes. I'm not saying you've all got to do that. It's your business. Do what you want. We're here to support whatever it is you want to get out of it. But do you want to explain how you've increased your retail and what you're doing at the moment between you and Mark?
Yeah, well, of course. Well, yeah, just to highlight exactly what you said there. The ideal now, obviously knowing what we know, would be to build your business gradually online and critically, kind of like recruit other people. But because of the way that we'd started in business, and obviously when we joined, there was only the catalog side available. Unfortunately, where people are really lucky today, they've got the option of both. So the catalogues, for the time being, not indefinitely, are obviously, um, kind of critical. I think the brilliant thing about the catalogues is they are like really predictable. You put a set amount of catalogues out, and you know that you're going to pick up so much in orders, which is fine, but it's not practical to be doing the volume that we're actually doing at the moment indefinitely. And given a choice, if I was starting again today, yeah, of course I would start online, focus on recruiting, and knock and present, like the few catalogues that we had. But we basically just decided, do you know what, we are just going to go for this. So again, after being at the workshop, and the Gavin basically got stuck into the recruitment side. But ultimately, because it's on like bulk sales, as well as like other criteria, we thought we're going to have to buy like 1,000 catalogs kind of straight away and just get out there and go for it. So we're lucky we've got like a really strong customer base to start with that would give us like between £1,000 and £1,200. Again, mostly catalogs, because we're still just gradually working away building the online side. So to get to 21%, which is what we've targeted ourselves for, like 6,180, or obviously plus, we basically at the moment retailing like a minimum of 1,000, and where we can up to 1,500 catalogs. So not only are we servicing, like our regular customer base, we've decided, to kind of blanket drop like a minimum of 1,000 catalogs a week. That sounds mad when you say it like that, doesn't it? Really, it's just not rational. But it's only for like a 6-week period, and then we are basically focusing on the areas where we've already got customer base and building on what's there. And we've kind of ticked off, I think, all by one of the other criteria. So it's just a case of pushing forward as hard as we can. I mean, Mark's doing it round his shifts. Mark works like rotating shifts at Pirelli's in Carlisle. So it's obviously difficult for him. So it means some like really early mornings and some late nights turning catalogues round. But is it worth it? Well, yeah. I mean, either way, it's win-win really, because we're either going to end up with a lot more money and a lot more customers, and it's going to put us in good stead for any other destination that comes up. But I think most importantly, it showed us what actually can be done. And it's interesting really, because Andy highlighted it tonight. When we're counted up in hours each day, it's no different to working full-time in a job.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Absolutely.
And but yet we go to work and we'll work full-time for other people, but yet we won't put a 12-hour day in for ourselves. And expect, and it's absolutely balmy, really. So
I mean, just to sort of put across for people, like you say, this is something you've chosen to do. It's something that's only short term. It's for a 6-week period. It's not like forever. It's a 6-week period. And at the end of that 6-week period, you could be walking away with a $4,000 per head holiday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why it's 4 days in Vegas, and it's not just like 4 days in Vegas that we would pay for. When you go on one of these trips, it's 5-star red carpet treatment all the way. We'll be wining and dining in the best restaurants. We'll be staying in the best hotels. We won't be in the budget suite either. We don't fly budget class or anything like that. You don't fly first class, but you fly like Virgin and Emirates and things like that. And it's all comfort, all the best notch, top notch stuff and everything else. And for you to pay for that yourself, you'd need to do more than 1,000 catalogues a week. Do you know what I mean? So when you put in that perspective, really, it's chicken feed for the rewards that's at the end of it. So hat off to you. Brilliant. Well done.
Totally. And not only that, I tell you, one of the things that excites us more than anything, all of that's absolutely brilliant. But I think it's the thought of being able to spend time with or have access to people that you can every day. And I know, like, you're there and Andy's there.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
It's not just, it's obviously it's just to be able to tick it off and say that we've achieved it. Yeah, it would be great to do it. But I think as importantly for us, when we've talked what we want out of it ourselves, it's the chance to be able to spend time with like-minded people and what we can actually learn in that 4 days. And anything else for us really, I think, is a bonus.
The value of that 4 days as well. You find people qualify for these conferences and they get there and the first thing they can't wait to do is get home and start on their business.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's what we'll get from it personally, more than, obviously you want the experience of, I mean, Vegas is on our bucket list anyway, and it's like you say, there's no way, and I don't care what anybody says, if people, because we always used to say, oh well, we're not bothered about it. Of course you're bothered. Travel's maybe not your thing.
Let me ask everybody on this Zoom call, theoretically.
Yeah.
Anybody on here that says, oh, well, I'm not interested, I'm not bothered about travel. I get that. Do you know why I get that? Because I used to say that.
Yeah.
But if I turned around to you and said, do you want a free holiday that you don't have to work for to anywhere in the world, whether it be Spain or whether it be Thailand or whether it be Egypt or anywhere at all. If I said to you, you've won a free holiday, would you turn around and say, I'm not bothered, I don't want to go?
Of course you wouldn't.
You'd take it, wouldn't you? You'd absolutely take it. So what you're really saying to yourself is that you don't believe you can achieve it. It's not that you don't want it. It's not that you're not bothered. It's that you think there's too much effort and that you won't get it. The thing is, that thought process is why Dawn and Mark are likely to get this, because everybody else in the network is thinking exactly the same thing. So the competition that they're up against actually is probably around about 100 people out of 6,000. So their odds are massively improved just by the sheer chance that they think, do you know what, we can do this, we will go for this and we'll do what it takes. And already they're miles ahead of 6,000 other people. because they've already quit before they've even started.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
So don't be the quitter, go for it, because the competition isn't great. There isn't a lot of people out there competing for it. So your odds of you and Mark going are very, very high. And nothing would please me more than for you two to be on that plane with Becky and myself going to Vegas. It'd be brilliant.